Welcome to Project Natter. In this video I'm going to be exposing Sadiq Khan, the mainstream media and the establishment. If this is your first time here, please show your support for freedom of speech by hitting that subscribe button. Saturday the 13th of June we saw patriots from across the country come into central London to protect the Winston Churchill statue and the cenotaph. Yes, that's right, I said they came into London to protect the Winston Churchill statue and the cenotaph from vandalism. You couldn't make it up, could you? But why were they there? They were there because the Mayor of London allowed both these monuments to be vandalised on 3 separate occasions. And why do I say that the Mayor of London allowed them to be vandalised? Because not once, not twice, but 3 times they were vandalised. If Sadiq Khan really wanted to do something about it, he would have taken action after the first time, wouldn't he? But he didn't. He knew that he was going to stir up trouble by allowing these monuments to be vandalised. And he wanted a reaction. He wanted people to turn up and he wanted to say this is the far right, because that's exactly what he did. Because as soon as people got angry when they were seeing what was going on in London, they organised a peaceful protective mission to turn up and stand in front of these monuments and just protect them from vandalism. People can go out and protest until the cows come home. There was nobody turning up to cause trouble at the Black Lives Matter protest on the 3 other occasions beforehand, but now all of a sudden the racists are in town. So Sadiq Khan created a situation where he could have a common enemy, so to speak, with the nationalists throughout the country, the patriots. So I thought, nah, I'm not having that, because the mainstream media started following suit and they were calling people far right before they even turned up. And I thought, well, that's a bit rich, isn't it? So I went down to go and talk to a few people. I interviewed a couple of veterans. One of the videos went viral. We got retweeted by Katie Hopkins. That veteran has since received so many threats, and they found out who he is and where he works. They've got him suspended from work. He's now got a disciplinary hearing coming up this week where he faces the sack. So I'll put that video, in case you haven't seen it, at the end of this one, so you can watch that. Whilst I was there, there was an agent provocateur turned up. And she started shouting her mouth off. She was shouting out, "You racist, you white racist, da da da." And the police allowed her to stay there. And if you listen to people that were there, you can hear them saying, "Take her away. Why are you giving her so much time?" The reason they were giving her so much time is because they wanted trouble. They wanted to give you the imagery. They wanted to show you the far right, nasty bastards causing trouble, attacking the police, and da 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 da. It was all set up. It was a big stitch up. And I've got the footage showing it, so I want you to take a look at it and come to your own conclusion. You notice how where she's standing, where she's kicking off, there just happens to be a BBC reporter with his camera set up, ready, pointing at her, everything. It was a big stitch up. But yeah, we'll have a look at that video now, and then we'll come back in a sec. This is the moment that Sadiq Khan's agent provocateur showed up, provoking the crowd and trying to get a reaction. The police are keeping her there instead of removing her from the situation to defuse the situation. They keep her there to antagonise the crowd. See, the BBC cameraman just happens to already be in place in line as this is about to go off. How convenient. Also hear people saying in the background, telling the police, well, why don't you arrest her? She's there trying to incite a riot. The police are still allowing her to, giving her more and more time to antagonise the crowd. And also you should listen out for what this guy has to say. He says, we don't want a race war. We don't want that. Listen to this. So I'll just play that one more time for the James O'Briens and the David Lammys in the house. Just leave it. We don't want a race war. Well, he sounds like a far right, fascist, Nazi, racist bastard, doesn't he? Something doesn't quite add up there. In fact, that was a trap, and some idiots fell into that trap. There was people saying, you heard them, don't get involved. And there was a pissed up crowd there. They let themselves down, they let the veterans down, and they let their country down. They started launching bottles and all sorts. The police brought horses up on the pavement, which is a bad idea because they were just slipping all over the place like it was a fucking ice rink. There's veterans standing in front of the horses saying, like, leave. Some idiots throwing smoke grenades at the horses. I decided to leave after that part. But what I want to know is that woman there, she was allowed to incite a riot. You could have seen the police could have easily just moved her away and the situation wouldn't have escalated. It only escalated because they allowed her time for more and more people to come over. Now, what I want to know is, was she arrested? Did she receive 14 days in prison? We're just seeing in the papers that there was some fat lager out all pissed up out of his head, probably didn't even know what day of the week it was, had a slash next to Keith Palmer's memorial outside Parliament, and you know, he got 14 days in jail. Did she get 14 days in jail? Did she go to prison? She incited a riot. I wonder what happened to her. With different policing tactics down there. There was riot police already there. You didn't see that with the Black Lives Matter protest, did you? You saw them all in their little vest running backwards and taking the knee. This was a stitch up, you know, and these idiots fell for it, you know, and like I said, they let themselves down, they let their country down, and most of all, what's most upsetting is they let the veterans down, you know. But it's the way the media portray things. You know, the media are portraying things and they're not showing you the truth. You're not seeing what's happening. Like, throughout the day, there was black people standing amongst the white people, shaking hands with them, saying, you know, they were standing in solidarity with them. They were saying, you know, these memorials should never have been vandalised. You know, that's not what we're out protesting about. That's not part of our cause. It's not part of, you know, black people's cause or their grief. You know, that's the communists. We saw the videos and the images of the people vandalising the memorials. It's the people that run Black Lives Matter, these Marxists, have been doing this. But you know, the way the media portray things is even catching on now. There's a video clip I want to show you now of a Black Lives Matter organiser, and he says it's the way the media portray things. He said that he wants to sit down with the likes of Tommy Robinson. Take a look at this.
You have white people, you have black people, you have Asian people that do not understand. Then you have white people, black people, Asian people that understand. So all it is sometimes we need to educate. Violence ain't education. Violence will just kill the whole human race, and then there's going to be no one. So if we all educate one another, then that way we might have unity.
I mean, you're calling for dialogue. You would like to sit down with some of these protesters and speak to them?
I wouldn't really, it's not the protesters, but I would like to have a meeting with Tommy Robinson. And Tommy Robinson could get my number within 10 minutes of him, obviously.
We should say though, Levi, Tommy Robinson wasn't at this protest.
No, he wasn't, but...
And he did call on his fellow supporters not to be here, but more generally you would like to speak to this man.
I would like to speak to him because I heard a message that he put out the night before, saying that he wasn't attending, and the media has turned his message, which his message was, I understand what his message was, but the media has turned it around like you have the media turning around the Black Lives movements. So what it is you have infiltrators on both sides, and what it is they're keeping this division. But people ain't realising, and not a lot of people are waking up, because my message to Sadiq Khan is that he's not really helping the situation, and I'm being honest with you.
And how refreshing was that to hear and see that a young man who switched on upstairs, he knows what time it is, he knows what's going on, he knows that the media put a twist on things and they're trying to divide people and cause a division. You know, it's exactly what Sadiq Khan did by allowing those monuments to be vandalised on 3 occasions, because he knew that people would turn up, and he's created a situation out of nothing. And you know, don't get me wrong, there were some nasty people who did show up, definitely, 100%, there's no denying that. But I'd say 95% of the people there were, you know, upstanding citizens that just had enough of watching their history and their culture being attacked and vandalised. But yeah, let me know what you think. I think Levi's spot on there. I'm just going to drop the interview that I did with the veteran after this, so you can check that out as well. Please don't forget to like, share and comment. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for your time, sir. Just want to ask why you're here today.
To show respect to our memorials and protect them from thugs that have no respect for this country whatsoever.
So you're just here just to protect the war memorials?
The memorials, and protect our dignity and our respect. We're not here for trouble or to cause trouble. We're here on a peaceful demonstration to prove our loyalty to this country.
And what do you make of the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan?
Sadiq Khan should be arrested and shot as a terrorist, calling us thugs, and we've served our country all these years, and there are many people here that have served their country, and many that are dead serving this country. That man is an out-and-out traitor.
He actually referred to everyone here today as far right. Do you see yourself as far right?
We are not far right. We are veterans of the British Army. We serve our Queen and our country, and even though we're not in full service, we still do it today. And we only kneel to the fallen.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.